Somebody walking into your facility would see a poster that you've printed out of our system. You can customize it, of course, but in basics it says, use your mobile phone to text the word visit to a phone number. And so your visitors take out their phone and they type that into their messaging system, and High5 responds. So that means they didn't have to touch a kiosk and you didn't have to buy a kiosk. They just get a message back saying tap and register as a visitor. So they tap that link and it asks them which organization to visit. And for example, if we had many centrals in our system, then they would pick yours based on the location. They may be a return visitor, like somebody who's frequently volunteering at your organization, for example. The system will remember on their phone who they were and they won't need to log in every time. But if they've changed their phones, for example, and they are returning, they can click, I've already got an account. But most people would say they want to create a visitor account. Entering the first and last name as it appears on the driver's license is actually for sex offender lookup. If they type Tim as opposed to Timothy, it won't match and with a sex offender lookup. So that's why we ask for that. Then it comes to taking a picture of yourself. Now, you'll notice that there was no application being installed. It's a web page. People can work immediately. And if they want to, they can tap another button which says upload a photograph that they have on their system. But for the most part, taking a selfie is good enough. So they pick another button there would allow them to pick an image as opposed to the selfie. Anyway, they say looks good. The birth date, this is optional. You can turn this off, but in combination with the name as it shows up on the driver's license, this allows us to do a lookup of the sex offender registry, and it does work. It will find people that have been arrested for that. If you have dependents at a school, you're a parent and you're going to come and pick kids up, you can choose them from a list, and there's a way for the administrator to see and make sure that you are the right relation with that person. But it's bi-directional. The kid knows that you are their guardian, and you as a guardian have a list of kids that you can easily pick up now. So we'll say we're done adding guardians, and you don't have to create a password, but if somebody is going to come back in the future, it makes it simpler to get into the system, having a password to get into the account easily. Now, the reason we offer this choice, are you currently at the school or not? Most visitors would show up and create an account as they walk through the front door, but parents could have received an email from the school long before the start of the school year saying, please take a moment and create some digital ID so that when you get to the school, you merely pull your phone out, show the receptionist, and we know who you are, you're in the system, and you can pick up your kid without standing around in the lobby doing this setup procedure. So for normal guests, they would choose, yes, I'm at Central Secondary School, but if you were a parent pre-creating your ID, you would at this point click, no thanks, we're done. Anyway, let's proceed. You are currently standing in the entrance at Central Secondary School. This is a configurable list. The school can make as many types of reasons for visiting as they like. And within each type, such as being a parent, there are these reasons for being a parent at a school, and you can add or remove these reasons as you like. A COVID survey might be required by the school or not. This will pass, but you might have other things that you want to know. So the surveys, do you have one, and what does the survey ask? These questions are configurable. You can set it up as you like. What's happening now is that the receptionist is made aware of the fact with the sound cue and this blinking reception light that somebody is waiting to be checked in. So they look at their computer and they see that this person should be approved for entry. So they click that button and the visitor's phone changes to show their digital ID. So we do offer printing. You can have a Dymo printer sitting there with a paper label that you tear off and stick on your shirt, or you can just have this and the date changes. It's a timestamp which is live, and so it's very hard to Photoshop because it's a constantly changing thing. When you're ready to go, you can either click I'm ready to leave, which checks you out of the system, or you can say, okay, we did the parent-teacher meeting, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, now I'm going to take my kid home. So you can click pick up a dependent. Either way, when you're done, you get checked out of the system and the receptionist sees that you were on and off campus today. And that's how it works without any hardware at all, completely touchless.